gang, Joel Palmer from Vintage Fitness down here in the cavern. Gonna give you a little information today, another rehab video for chronic mid-back pain. A lot of us have jobs that force us to kind of hunch over a lot, whether you work at a desk, or maybe you type on a keyboard all day, or maybe you work at a countertop height all day, so you're always hunched over, production type work. In any event, chronic mid-back pain is very, very common. There are a few things you can do to help not only strengthen your mid-back so it's more resistant to problems, but also to enhance blood flow, get better oxygenation to the muscle tissue in that area, and also to help correct the posture. So if we're hunched over, say, a computer typing all day, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, eventually we start to get sort of round-shouldered and hunchbacked. Want to try to avoid that. That's going to be a tremendous amount of strain on that upper back. So we want to do things that will help correct us. So I'm going to just show you just a few things you can do. This is not the end-all, be-all. There are tons of exercises you can do. I'm picking a handful that I think you could easily do at home. You don't have to join a gym or go to a therapy office to do these. With a few simple tools, you can get a lot done. So if you're somebody who suffers from chronic mid-back pain, these are some good exercises for you. Pick the ones that work best for you. Hit them up 2 or 3 times a week and give it a good 90 days. See how you're doing at that point. Hopefully some of your chronic back pain has improved, and you'll know that you're making good progress, and then you can kind of alter things as you go. So I'm going to show you just a few things here. First thing is just a simple piece of TheraBanding, just stretchy banding. You can get this in a number of places. You can find this stuff at department stores. You can find this stuff at sporting goods stores. You can go on Amazon. Amazon makes their own, so very easy to find. This is a light one. This is just a red one, light resistance. The first thing we're going to do are band pull-aparts. I start with the light one because what we want to try to do is develop some muscle endurance back here, because these muscles have to hold us up all day. So what we want to try to do is get lots of reps in, not necessarily build a tremendous amount of overall muscle girth and power, but we want to pump a lot of blood through that area and work the muscles in a way that'll give them more endurance so they can support us all day. So start with a light band. We're going to do band pull-aparts, and we're going to do them in 3 ways. So we're going to do straight across, and then diagonal one way, diagonal the other way. The way I like to do I like to do 10 reps of each one, each direction. So this is how it works. Band pull-aparts 3 ways. Here, hold the band in front of you. Stand good and tall. The idea for all these exercises is we're pulling those shoulder blades back, try not to hunch forward, maybe even look up a little bit. I like to look up so that my drive is in the right direction. All right, again, we're trying to correct that posture. So, band pull-aparts 3 ways. Here's how we do it. We hold it, thumbs will point at each other here, right? Palms down. The first thing, 10 reps, straight across. We're pulling, opening up the chest. I'm squeezing the shoulder blades on the back side. Squeezing. Okay, so just so you can see from the back side a little bit. Pulling apart, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. There we go. Band pull-aparts. Squeezing those shoulder blades. You can also see I'm standing very tall, actually squeezing my butt tight too to give me support around the core. 10 reps this way. Then we'll go 10 reps in the diagonal. So after your 10th rep here, you'll go diagonal. 10 reps diagonally, pulling the band apart across your chest. And when you get to 10, say that's 10, bang, we go the other direction. 10 more. And again, pulling, squeezing. We're not going fast, and we're not letting the band snap us, right? Control the band. 10 reps each one. I personally like to do at least 3 to 4 sets of these. I'll work this one into a lot of my other workouts. But I'm going to show you a few other exercises. You could easily do each one of these exercises just one set, and that's a full workout. So 10 reps is what we're going for, 3 ways, right? So each way gets 10 repetitions. Beautiful. Let me show you another one using some banding. This one is using the loop style banding, and I'm just anchoring it to a couple of kettlebells here. You can anchor it to whatever you want to anchor it to. If you've got a piece of furniture, a heavy piece of furniture, you can tie it to the leg of a piece of furniture, however it works for you. These are called face pulls, and it's going to be just what it sounds like. You're going to pull the band towards your face. I actually like to try at the top to just sort of rotate my arms externally a little bit at the top. It also gives you a little bit of extra rotator cuff work. So the idea is, think about your thumbs. Your thumbs will sort of point backwards. They will sort of point backwards. And again, we're just going to do 10 reps, standing good and tall, at attention, right? Band is anchored. Palms are down, thumbs are sort of pointing at each other. And then all I'm going to do is pull the band towards my forehead is what I shoot for. So here, and then just sort of rotate the shoulders just a little bit at the top. Band, and rotate. Again, I'm using a light band. What you're going to find is, we're trying to get a lot of reps in, so a lot of muscle endurance, but these are also fairly small muscles. They're not super powerful muscles. Like a lat is very powerful, right? The lower erector spinae group, very powerful. Some of these muscles in between the shoulder blades and the rotator cuff especially, kind of puny. So you don't need a ton of resistance. What you want is good, consistent resistance. And again, here, don't let the band snap you. So, face pulls. And down, control. Again, look up and control. So the motion with my arms is sort of here. Right? 10 reps of that. Beautiful. Moving on. Going to show you something using a Theraball. Pardon me, I got to grab it, so I got to step out for a sec. All right. This one, you don't need a Theraball. You can use a Theraball. If you've got a workout bench, you can do it on a workout bench. You could do it if you've got a riser, like a step up. You could throw a towel down or something, or a pad, and you could do or your yoga mat or something over the top of it. You could do it over a step up. You can actually do this one right on the floor, but here's the caveat to that. I find for a lot of people, myself included, shoulder range of motion is a limiting factor. And so laying on your belly on the floor trying to do this can be a little rough on the shoulder joints. So if you're somebody that has that problem, this is a great alternative. And even if you don't have that problem, sometimes it's just nice to get up off the floor. You don't feel like you're being squished into the ground so much. The ball is much more comfortable. And also the ball, because it's unstable, you have to kind of work the stability component. What we're going to do here are called Y's and T's. Y's and T's. And what I'll do is I'll alternate 1 Y, 1 T. 1 Y, 1 T. 1 Y, 1 T for 10 reps. Very simply, you're going to get face down on the ball here. And if you want, you can back yourself up so that your feet rest up against the wall just to anchor you down a little bit. Or if you want to, you can hook your feet around a barbell or a kettlebell or something just to anchor you down. Otherwise, if you've got the balance, you're just laying here. What we're working on mostly is, remember, the upper back. So I'm not so concerned about the lower back. I want to work the upper back mostly. So here's what we do for Y's and T's. You're just going to be here. Thumbs always point up. And a Y is here. 1 Y, 1 T. 1 Y, 1 T. Y, T. So the arms for the Y are in a Y formation, so they're not straight out. They're not, here's your T straight to the side. They're in between the two, right? So sort of at a 45. Y, T. And again, at the same time, you're always trying to squeeze the shoulder blades as you do this. So again, we do this for 10 reps. We would go Y, T. That's 1. Y, T. That's 2. Looks simple. 10 reps. You're going to know you did something, especially if you combine all these exercises together. So there you go. Y's and T's. I like to use the TheraBall. You can do it on the floor if you want. If you do it on the floor, maybe roll up a towel for your forehead just to give you a little air space so you don't feel like you're just breathing in the mat. Okay, so Y's and T's. So 10 reps of that. There you go. Moving on. Moving on. We get rid of my ball. All right. Next one I'm going to show you. You can use whatever you've got. You can do this a couple different ways. You can do this with, I'm going to do it here with kettlebells, and then you could also do this with dumbbells. Simply put, we're just going to do weighted reverse shoulder rolls. So if you've watched any of my warm-up material, I like to do a lot of shoulder rolls as part of my pre-workout warm-up, right? Shoulder rolls. Now we're going to add a little weight. So whether you have dumbbells or kettlebells, or maybe you hold a couple of milk jugs or a couple of sandbags, it doesn't really matter. You could actually do this with a couple of with a band as well. I'll show you that in a second. But basically what we're going to do, and again, the emphasis is the same. You're going to stand nice and tall. You're going to squeeze your butt tight, look up just a little bit, and slowly we're going to shrug, roll back. As you roll back, squeeze the shoulder blades, drop them down. So we're going to make a big circle. So from the side, it's going to look like this. Exaggerated. And slow and controlled. We're not. Especially once you have weight in your hands, you're not going to want to try to whip them around. So, with a pair of kettlebells, boom, we're here, lock it in, okay? And then shrug up, roll back, and down. 1, 2, 3. Let me show you from the side a little bit. 4, 5, 6. We'll go for 10. Right, let me show you from the back. 7, 8, 9, 10. Bang. Set them down safely. If you want, you could actually do this with a band. I was trying to unhook my other band, but it's all tangled. So you can do it with a band, okay? Now these these incorporate the traps a little bit. So traps are pretty sturdy muscles. They're pretty strong. So if you want to go a little heavier resistance, you probably could. But remember, again, it's the back part, the squeezing, that scapular retraction. That's what we're doing. Shoulder blade squeezing. Open up your chest, look up, stand tall. This is where we correct our posture, right? So with a band, you're just going to hold on to the band. Same thing. Squeeze and roll. This is also a great way to just, get some circulation flowing through the shoulder girdle. Okay? Again, 10 reps. 10 reps of those. So, here's what you could do. is if you want to, oh, wait a minute, we're not done. One arm rows, that's right. One last one. So I wanted to throw just a traditional one at you that pretty much everybody knows. So one arm rows, and the idea with the one arm row is to make sure at the top of the row, you're actually getting that little bit of shoulder squeeze. I would also sort of, make sure you're staying in a nice flat back position. So we're gonna do one arm rows. I like to lean on that front leg, okay? If you've got back issues, do this. Make sure you're leaning. A 3-point contact is far more stable than 2. Not that a 2-point contact is wrong, but if you have a touchy lower back, just don't mess with it, okay? Keep it supported, much, much safer, much safer. So here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna straddle stance. We're gonna knock out 10 reps with the right arm, right? So you guys have probably all done these. Lock in here. Here's my 3rd point of contact. So I've got a right foot, a left foot, and a left forearm. That's my 3 points, right? We're gonna try to keep that back pretty square. We don't wanna round, right? We wanna keep it square. And when you row, make sure you get a good squeeze at the top with the shoulder blade. Mistake people often make is they get to here and they don't get that extra squeeze in, okay? So just so you can see it from the side a little bit, right? One arm rows here, boom, row it. Get that shoulder blade in there. It's not a big rotation. It's just get your elbow a little bit higher than your waist. Boom. So that you're getting that shoulder blade in there, right? So you do 10 on the right, and then obviously we'd switch, right? 3-point contact. Boom. 10 on the left. Whew, I'm glad I checked my cheat sheet because I didn't want to forget that one. So there you go. You can do that one with a dumbbell. You can do that one with a kettlebell. You can do that one with a sandbag. Again, if you don't have weights, but you're using bands, right? You could easily do this, with a band, right? And as I said earlier, this is not the end-all be-all. I'm trying to give you a few things, a focused amount of exercises you can do at home easily. So you don't have to go spend a ton of money. You don't have to go anywhere. You can do it as part of your home workout. And if you're not working out at home, get a few of these small items, and at least you can do your rehab at home. If you've got chronic mid-back pain, do this stuff 3 times a week at least, every other day or so. You could do this as a circuit. Take each exercise, 10 reps of each. Take whatever rest you need to stay safe between exercises. 10 reps, start with just one circuit, 10 reps of each exercise. That's a session. Easy. As you feel stronger and you feel more capable and you've started to master the exercises, turn it into 2 or even 3 circuits, and that's your workout. Other options, let's say you're traditionally doing things at home in your home gym, all right? So you're doing a chest and a back day. You could throw 1 or 2 of these exercises in as a supplemental exercise for your back exercises. So if you're doing pull-ups and T-bar rows, say, for back work, or seated cable rows for back work, then maybe throw in some band pull-aparts and some face pulls. So you've got some options there, but at the very least, as a standalone rehab activity, take each one of these, do 10 reps of each exercise at least once every other day. Give yourself time. It takes time to fix these problems. They don't go away in 1 or 2 workouts. They just do not. You got to give yourself at least a good 90 days of consistent work to see if you're making progress. And then after that, you can tinker with things, add some exercises, expand the rounds, the sets, the circuits, however you want to do it. So there you have it. Hopefully, you will find this information helpful. And if you've got mid-back pain, please start doing some of this stuff. Let's see if we can fix some of your problems. The fact is, work isn't going away. The world isn't going away. So you've got to do stuff to help combat the forces you're under each and every day. So here's an easy way to do it for your mid-back. So I'm Joel, Vintage Fitness. This is The Cavern. Glad you tuned in. Hopefully you find some help out of all this. Give me a thumbs up if you had success with this video and you found it helpful. And let your friends know about the channel. Check back for other rehab videos. I've got a whole slew of them on my channel. Just go to Joel Palmer VFSV and you should be able to find them all. All right, have yourselves a good day. Check back for other videos later. Take care, all.